are you?
I'm Li Shan. I'm looking for my son.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
The journey of Kung Fu Panda 3 unfolds with the same emotional warmth, humor, and grand adventure that fans expect, but this time the story stretches deeper into Po's identity, destiny, and connection to a world far bigger than he imagined. The movie expands the universe by taking Po away from the familiar valley and introducing him to his long-lost family while also placing him against a spirit warrior whose power threatens both the mortal and the spiritual worlds. The story begins peacefully in the Valley of Peace, where Po continues to enjoy his life as the dragon warrior, balancing dumplings, training, and goofy confidence. But this calm is soon interrupted when Master Shifu announces a new phase in Po's journey, challenging him to become a teacher. These early moments carry both comedy and tension, as Po struggles to understand how a warrior like him can guide others, especially when he barely feels ready to master himself. The heart of the story takes an emotional turn when Po's biological father, Li Shan, suddenly appears after years of absence. Their reunion is filled with excitement and comedy. Their identical personalities, boundless energy, and love for food make their bond instant and natural. Yet this meeting also awakens a deeper layer of Po's journey because Li brings news of a hidden panda village, a peaceful place where pandas still live together, practicing traditions Po never knew existed. This discovery pushes Po into a conflict between his identity as a kung fu warrior and his roots as a panda raised among a lost civilization. The way Po grapples with these emotional layers brings vulnerability and depth, showing how complicated it is to understand who we truly are when pieces of our past return unexpectedly. As Po embraces this new chapter, the movie shifts its focus toward the threat rising in the spirit realm. A powerful ancient warrior named Kai breaks free from the spirit world, defeating masters and stealing their chi to grow stronger. His return creates a ripple of dread that spreads across China as he begins to crush legendary kung fu masters one by one. The narrative builds tension by showing how Po's mentors, including Shifu and the Furious Five, struggle to understand the full extent of Kai's abilities. His powers connect directly to the origins of Qi, which ties back to the Panda Village, and the hidden knowledge that Po has yet to learn. This connection forms the backbone of Po's new mission, setting the stage for an epic journey of discovery, training, and transformation. The Panda Village serves as a major shift in tone and emotion, introducing a world full of softness, humor, and culture. This new environment immerses Po into a lifestyle filled with rituals of relaxation, playful behavior, and unique traditions that feel different from everything he has ever known. Here, Po struggles with the concept of Qi, realizing that the pandas preserve a wisdom that humans and other animals have forgotten. Their techniques are subtle, gentle, and rooted in emotional balance rather than aggressive martial arts. This contrast deepens the storytelling, portraying Qi as an ancient form of harmony, something that Po must learn not just through fighting, but through understanding who he is at the core. The villagers become more than just his family. They become teachers, reflections of what Po could have been if his life had taken a different path. Meanwhile, the Furious Five face increasing danger as they try to stop Kai's advance. Their bravery highlights the growing imbalance in the world, emphasizing how no amount of physical skill can counter a warrior powered by stolen Qi. Po's absence is felt in their battles, and each defeat adds emotional weight to the urgency of the situation. This narrative thread builds tension and reminds viewers that Po's personal growth is deeply connected to the safety of the world. The contrast between the calm panda village and the chaos spreading through China enhances the stakes, showing how Po's destiny is tied not only to his heritage but also to the balance between the living and spirit realms. The emotional bond between Po and his two fathers becomes a central pillar of the story. Mr. Ping, who raised Po with unconditional love, becomes fearful of losing his son to his biological heritage. His insecurities show a deep and realistic pain that resonates with anyone who has ever felt they might lose a loved one. On the other hand, Li Shan represents Po's lost past, a doorway to a world that could have been his. The movie beautifully balances their roles, showing how both families are essential pieces of Po's identity. Their interactions blend humor and heart, carrying emotional honesty that grounds the fantastical adventure in real human feelings. This relationship is one of the strongest forces driving Po's development toward becoming a leader capable of mastering Chi-Da. As the conflict intensifies, Po begins to understand that learning Chi is not about copying what the pandas do, but discovering what makes him unique. His training becomes a mix of spiritual discovery and self-reflection, and the movie uses these moments to show that real strength comes from embracing vulnerability. The panda elders guide him with stories, lessons, and memories, helping him understand that Chi flows from inner truth. These slower, thoughtful scenes add depth to the pacing, offering balance to the fast-paced action happening elsewhere. Through this journey, Po finally begins to unite the warrior he has become with the panda he was born to be, blending both identities into something new. As Kai approaches the panda village, the tension reaches its peak. With the Furious Five defeated, Shifu imprisoned, and the world on the brink of collapse, Po steps into the role that destiny has been preparing him for. His leadership transforms the panda villagers from gentle practitioners of Chi into a united force capable of standing against darkness. Their training sequences combine comedic moments with emotional resonance, showing how each panda contributes something unique to the battle even if they do it in unconventional ways. This unity becomes symbolic of the larger theme: power grows, not from perfection but from individuality and community working together. The final confrontation between Po and Kai becomes a blend of physical combat, spiritual conflict, and emotional release. The battle shifts between the mortal world and the spirit realm, giving the action a mystical and powerful tone. Po's mastery of Chi becomes the turning point, not because he becomes stronger than Kai through force, but because he understands that Chi is the reflection of who he is. His inner strength, compassion, humor, and connection to both families merge into a radiant force that allows him to challenge Kai on equal footing. The fight delivers the spectacle expected from a Kung Fu Panda story, filled with explosive Chi energy, dynamic movement, and emotional impact. In the culmination of Po's journey, he realizes that his destiny is not just to be the dragon warrior, but to become a master capable of guiding others. The return to the valley symbolizes a new chapter not only for Po but for all of China. As the knowledge of Chi becomes shared and celebrated, his fathers stand proudly beside him, representing the unity of his two worlds, while the Furious Five acknowledge that Po has truly stepped into a new phase of his life. The ending leaves behind a message of self-discovery, identity, and harmony, reminding viewers that greatness is not found in strength alone but in the courage to understand oneself fully, with its blend of humor, emotion, action, and spiritual philosophy. The story of Kung Fu Panda 3 continues to resonate as a tale of growth, unity, and the power of embracing who you truly are.